spots in any college football season. Ranked team against unranked opponent, and we'll see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Welcome to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on the winners of 5 straight, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Texas A&M set to kick off to christen this game. Fielded in the end zone. It's Bell. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. On the option. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. While the Big Ten has expanded with this massive continent-wide geographical footprint, the Big 12 has been really shrewd in positioning and maneuvering for survival, and they look for opportunities to win on the field like they'll have today.
Yeah, and the Big Ten's kind of taking what the Big Ten wants and expanding and not really worried about anybody else. So if I'm the Big 12, I'm like, yeah, you ain't worried about me, but you're going to worry about me today and on the field, and I can make a statement and prove to some of the true blue bloods in the Big Ten.
I just love the stylistic matchup.
There he goes! And he froze that defender. He thought he was going to pitch it, kept it himself, and turned it into a big play.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
The Cornhuskers, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. To the air, it's Hurley. Got his man on the outside. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Working well behind the sticks on second down.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's so hard to defend.
And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. On the option. Quarterback on the keeper. Breaks into the open. And he put his foot in the ground and turned it upfield and turned it into a big play. Great decision to keep it.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
They'll toss it to the left. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
Yeah, and you see in the red zone, all the bodies start to come inside. A lot of times you try to find a way to get to the perimeter. This offense does a good job. They toss the football. Nice job by the defense. Now, forcing a third down.
On the option. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. The Huskers want to pick up the tempo. The option look. Grinding and churning close to the goal line, but he'll be stopped edges short. Offense trying to pay it off on touchdown, Huskers! Great job by the back on the option.
And that is exactly what you love to see as a head coach, watching your take the field, first drive of the game, and you're methodical, and you take what the defense gives you. You make good decisions. You don't have negative plays. You don't have missed assignments. That shows your head coach that you are locked in and ready to go.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. It was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Looking to throw, it's O'Neal. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Smith. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
When they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field, you saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions, from go to 1 to 2, and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you can tell he did not have much time. Getting hit as he's trying to throw the football, you've got to protect your quarterback.
And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Third down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make moving the chains impossible. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
Yeah, and this has been a struggle for this offense, protecting their quarterback. It's priorities, mission number one, right? Every single game you go into. Last week, I think a lot of the reason they lost was because they gave up so many sacks and hits on their quarterback.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Texas A&M.
Texas A&M will have to boot it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. He'll field the punt and take it back. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Huskers ready to go back to work on offense. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
Let's see what they've got on second down. They'll try to get the edge on the left. Not much room to run. Let's give him one to the 33. They're looking at a third down and short from the 33. Sends it back in motion. Toss sweep to the right. Finding open areas. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Nebraska! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, take a peek at what's happening in this interesting battle in the MAC. Ball State is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about in Muncie for some time. They're up 14 over Bowling Green. The Maction never sleeps, and we'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Dropping back, it's O'Neal. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
And I think on that last play, it's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over from the moment the ball left his hand.
Always a huge stat. They've got a third and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. Fakes the grab. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. We've reached the break. It's Nebraska holding the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. So first down here as they go back to work. Wants to throw on first down. Here comes the heat. Trying to make magic on the scramble.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys who put so much on their plate. And you tell them, they'll get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
When you think Texas A&M football, man, you think running the football all the way back to the R.C. Slocum, a great Aggie head coach. You just want to be the more physical team, and you want to be imposing your will. This guy right here toting the rock has the ability to wear and grind on defenses. He brings that physical presence to this offense.
Caught in the backfield, it's Armstrong.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
They go to the ground, and he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
You just need more from your offensive line. Second and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up third down, and this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big third down. Looking downfield, it's Jenkins. Quickly to the tight end. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. David, that is a great security blanket for a quarterback to have a tight end to make those conversions.
Dang right. Find the big fella on third and short.
Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And he gets home again, continuing his production. Last week, 2 sacks. This week, already a sack in the first half. This guy has been on a sack terror.
Sets up the screen.
I love screen passes on offense, and you got to do them in different ways. To the running backs, you can do them to receivers, do them to tight ends. Didn't gain any yards on that one, but don't be afraid to dial that play up again later.
And they have converted their first 2 third down opportunities, but this one a third and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Rolling right and going deep. Spreads it inside the 10. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, Dave. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And these decisions to go for 2, you see more and more of it throughout a game, chasing points. And then in the end, you wonder if this just comes back to bite you.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. And the Huskers racing to the line in the hurry-up.
When you play the option and you play this responsibility football, sometimes your eyes can get lost. They didn't on that play. Nice job honing in, getting in there quickly, getting the quarterback to the ground.
Quarterback may change this route. They'll run for it on third and short. And he just needed a few inches, and he didn't get it. The defense denies this offense. In their own territory, no problem. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. He'll sneak it. Got the first down. Looking for more.
And 4th and inches, you know what's coming. You know they're going to run the quarterback sneak, but it's one of the hardest plays in football to stop. You got to find a way to dive from the defensive line spot and stop the feet of the quarterback, and they couldn't do it. And listen, they only needed inches. That's what makes it so difficult to stop.
Back to pass. It's Hurley. Flips it out in the flat. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. Offense gets set for 2nd down. He'll take it himself. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. The Cornhuskers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. He wants to change this route. Trying to pick it up on the ground. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down.
Really nice job on 3rd down by this offense. This offense has struggled on 3rd downs throughout the season. Not even in the top 50, but you know what? When you make it 3rd and short, when you have the run-pass option and you're not predictable, you can be more successful. So let's see if this offense can continue to put themselves in good positions.
The Huskers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Now on the option. He just has a nose for those little crevices to be able to find space, and he picks up the 1st down. Leaves it with the running back. Got enough for the 1st. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. And the Huskers moving quickly to the line. Dropping back, it's Hurley. Hubs it downfield. Hits the open man. And he fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. No mid-season doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6. An impressive, long, methodical, meticulous drive ends in points.
They just matriculated the ball down the field, didn't they, Reese? So impressive. Didn't see a lot of explosive plays. But how about the execution on running and throwing the football? Wow.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he'll just take him in. This drive will start at the 25. Starts from their own 25-yard line. Send the tight end in motion. Looking to throw on 1st down. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And this defense doing what it does best. Get after the quarterback. That's their 3rd of the day. They're #1 in the nation at getting the quarterback on the ground. That's why they've had such a successful unit.
These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Third down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to seconds. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. They'll have to do a better job of protection this time after that third down sack set them back, but they'll go for it here. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. He'll off one deep down the left side. Hauls it in easily enough for the first down. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
He'll try to tack on one more. And after the extra point, it's a one-possession game, down 21-13. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it off with a scintillating big play, 83 yards on the touchdown pass. Coming out with it, it's Bell. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Here comes the option. He'll toss it. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Motion from the back. Throws it back. Rushes on him. Picked off. What a way to set him up. He goes down right there, but not before coming up with a big interception.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. Looking for a man. It's Jenkins. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Going for it all. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Cornhuskers will kick it away to start the second half. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football palm out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that we can win this game.
The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big third down. Back to throw is Jenkins. Finds the tight end. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. On fourth down, going to the air. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work.
That's a gutsy call, and I know the analytics world says to go for it more often, but when you're in your own territory and now you turn the football over to the other team, points are so much easier to get. Obviously, I know, Jesse, it didn't take a color commentator to figure that out.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Trying to turn the corner on the left. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. They'll run the option. Turning it on. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14.
And running the option is so important for that quarterback, man. Making the right decision. Nice job sucking the defense in, pitching the football, and then look at it. The extra yards, he gets the rest. Nice third down conversion.
He'll do it himself. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, third quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
Goes to the option. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Perhaps emboldened by converting a fourth down earlier in the game, they'll try a second time. They stop him short of the marker and they'll turn it over on downs.
And how about the defense coming up big on fourth and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often, and with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back has it. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Looking for a man, it's Jenkins. He lobs one high down the left side. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
The Aggies will try to move the sticks on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position.
You know, offensively in that situation, fourth down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Huskers ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, that last drive, they had a chance to put 3 on the board and pass. This one needs to be productive, David.
I got no problem with aggressiveness. It was a pretty decent drive. This offense isn't fully clicking yet. They need to get in a little better rhythm, and they need to capitalize on those scoring opportunities.
And they've got the weapons to do that too, David. They've got guys that can make plays in space. They need to focus on them and get them the ball this drive.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. He'll ride his man on the option. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And this team needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
And, guys, they really need to take advantage of this field position on third and long. Tight end now in motion. They'll try the run. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be fourth down. And now on fourth down, they'll try a field goal. A relatively short field goal try from 26 yards out. Smashes it between the uprights. And that lead grows even bigger.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. To throw, it's Jenkins. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
This quarterback is thinking to himself, I need to get an NIL deal at some restaurant so I can take my offensive line out and feed them more, because I don't think they like me very much right now. I've been sacked 6 times in this game. It's time to get that new NIL deal paycheck.
Wants to fire on second down. With the catch, it's Williams. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something in.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Blasted as he lets it go.
Man, this quarterback is going to need an ice bath when this game is over, because he is getting whacked. We've seen him go down. He's been sacked time and time again. He just got nailed another time on that last play. He can't wait for this game to be over.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet.
Well, you got to give this quarterback a ton of credit, because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
Goodness gracious, this is a master class, a clinic on how to get to the quarterback. The 7th sack of the game. Are you kidding me? That's a season for some teams. They've lived in the backfield.
Back to pass, it's Jenkins. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
Another sack on the day. This offense has to do something different. Maybe bring in more bodies, run max protection, keep more guys in the block, only send a couple guys out to run pass patterns. You got to do something different. But bottom line, you got to protect that QB.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
Obviously, they fail on that fourth down, but because there's still time on the clock, this game's not over. Who on defense right now can step up and make a big play and get the ball back to the offense?
They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Back to throw, it's Hurley. Lets it fly. This will be picked off. Maybe just the turning point they needed. All down at the 31-yard line, and that's where this offense will go to work.
Listen, the enemy is the clock, right? You're down by 2 scores. You got to make something happen. Really, really good job by the defense, forcing the turnover, getting the ball back to your offense. Now you got to go score, and I got to get one more stop.
So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this...
There he goes! Powers through. Touchdown, Aggies! You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby! He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
They'll go for 2 here and try to climb within a field goal late. He's looking to pass. He's got it. 2-point conversion is good, and now they're within a field goal here in the 4th.
Nebraska, 24. Texas A&M, 21.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little whoop out of this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
They'll run the option. Got enough for the first down. That's why a good running game is a coach's and quarterback's best friend when you're trying to put the lid on the game. The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Gets the back moving. The lone back's got it. Past the 45. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Huskers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Looking for a gap. It's Mills. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. On the option. Stuff on back-to-back plays. He got nothing, and now they're looking at 3rd and long.
And not a surprise by this offense, right? This is a game management type situation. I want to run the football. I want to run the clock. The clock is my friend with the lead late in the 4th quarter, inside of a minute. I'm going to keep this ground game going and make you have to look at that clock continue to tick.
It'll be 3rd and long. To the air. It's Hurley. Floats it out in space. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that 3rd down.
3rd down is money down. You got to find a way to execute and get the ball out and get it to your playmakers. That was the opposite of that. They got it to their playmakers, and they got absolutely nowhere. Lost yards on the play. 4th down now upcoming.
So if the offense stays out there on 4th down, they've got to get it to the next time zone to move the chains. Making side adjustments here. The offense will use a timeout with 25 seconds left.
Timeout, Nebraska.
And the Huskers will punt it away on 4th down. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin them deep. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. From the 10 for the first play of this drive. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And the Aggies buried deep in their own territory, just trying to find breathing room on 1st down. That penalty will back them up some more at the distance to the goal. They get the win. They are now bowl eligible, but when you have a 0 in the loss column, there are much bigger fish to fry.
I think a lot of people thought they'd be 6-0 at this point, too. So we know they're going to a bowl game. Great. But, David, they've got their eyes set on the college football playoff and a national championship. They have that kind of talent. They're not surprised they're 6-0. They're looking to do bigger things.
No, 6-0 is great, but that's not the goal. They want to be 12-0. They want to be 14-0. They want to continue this streak as long as they possibly can. Extremely talented, nobody's surprised, and their goals are a lot bigger than this.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.